Hey, I'm Chris Angel, founder of Groundswell Business Consulting and creator of the Smart Farming Program. And in this video, I want to teach you how to get more listings using open houses. So, the first thing you got to know is I hated open houses. And if you're like me, you don't want to waste time on a weekend when you could be doing other things that are more fun or being with your family. And you don't want to have an open house where people walk through and treat you with suspicion, like you're going to try to abduct them or something, right? Like, stay away from me, don't try to sell me. I hated that. I'm a relationship guy. I want people to interact with me authentically. So I didn't like open houses way back in my career. But things changed when I became a CEO of a real estate company and I began working with my top agents. I remember working with one of my top agents and giving him what I'm giving you now. And within 3 weeks, he took his first listing, right? It was incredible because he didn't do anything else to get this listing but put his signs out 3 weeks in a row. So I'm about to share with you this zero budget, easy, simple open house strategy to develop more listings in your farm. So before we get going, here's the first thing you need to know. I want to make sure that your signs are branded to you. Now, some companies require that you have the company standard sign for open houses. That's fine. You just want to make sure that you have a writer or some type of identifier on your sign with your name, and even your picture would be good. A photo would be awesome because then people could start to recognize you as you do more work in the community through the different layers that I teach in the Smart Farming Program. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to know. The second thing that I want you to know is this is only really for people that are going to do farming. If you're going to commit to farming, then this is a great strategy. If you're not going to commit to doing farming, then don't do this because it's not going to have a residual benefit for you. Okay. So we are taking what historically was a buyer strategy. And I hold a house open and I hope people walk through and I cherry pick buyers that come in that aren't represented, and off I go with a very lucrative career. But that's not, I don't think, how it is in most places in the country anymore. So we want to take this and turn it upside down and turn this into a seller strategy, right? When I got into the industry, I heard a saying that buyers buy houses and sellers buy image. And what that means is buyers just want information on houses, and that's why they go to the internet, right? But sellers buy image. So when a seller interviews an agent and they have this fabulous marketing plan, it's not the marketing plan that they're really interested in. It's the image behind the marketing plan that they're convinced of. They're like, wow, this agent's really amazing. Did you see their marketing plan? And what they mean is, I really think this agent can get the job done. That's what that means. Because you and I know that what sells a house for the majority of the time is price and condition. That's just how that is, right? Unless you're dealing with very unique properties. So buyers buy houses and sellers buy image. And we want to use open houses in such a way that we create an image in our farm. So here it is. You ready? This is it. This is so simple. You're going to laugh, but it's so effective. I want you to do 3 open houses a week. Okay? 3 a week. Even 4 a week if you can. I want you to do it during peak traffic times, right? And I only want you to do it for 1 hour at a time. So 3 open houses, 1 hour each open house, and I want you to do it during the morning commute or the evening commute, right? And I want you to use at least 5 signs, at least 5, minimum 5 signs. And I want you to put those signs on the busiest roads leading to your open house as possible. Now, what we're trying to accomplish is the most visibility you can get during those peak traffic times. Now, here's how this unfolds. When you start doing open houses in your farm 3 to 4 times a week during peak traffic for 1 hour each time, you've taken the same 3 hours you would have spent on a weekend doing an open house, and you just simply redistributed those hours throughout the week. Now you can go have your time on the weekend with your family, right? And the other thing I hated about open houses was I felt like I wasn't being productive and I wasn't getting stuff done because I had to sit there and wait for people to come through. Well, now because it's peak traffic times, the chances of people stopping are pretty low. We don't want them to stop. That's a buyer strategy. We want people to notice who we are, right? And so if you're there for an hour during peak traffic times, chances are they won't stop, which means you get to work, get some work done, right? So I love this because put yourself in the seller's shoes for a minute, or the homeowner's shoes. You're living in this community and you drive to and from work ongoingly, and pretty soon you start seeing these open house signs pop up 3 to 4 times a week, week after week. And what you start to notice is that there are other houses that are listed, but they're not being worked as hard as the agent that's doing all the open houses. And so the image that you start to create about that agent is what? That agent works harder than the other agents. Now, did that cost you anything? No. Did you have to have any conversation to convince them that you work harder? No, because you demonstrated through consistency and through presence and visibility that you work harder than other agents. Okay? I love this. I love this strategy. And it just takes persistence to do the work. Remember, you could get a listing in as soon as 3 weeks. My top agent went out and put an open house sign up, and the neighbor came across the street and said, I see you've been doing open houses. I'm wondering if you can help me sell my house. It was like that, right? And I'm saying, like, if we could be consistent with this strategy I'm giving you right now, you could go a long way in creating a lot of market share and presence in your farm, okay? Consistency is key. The last thing I want to tell you is, when you have the foundation of open houses like this, you can start to come in and layer the other things that I teach in smart farming, right? Direct mail, food drives, business-to-business networking, creative marketing. There's all these other things, social media. You can start to come in and layer in your presence in this community. And because people are already starting to develop an image or an affinity for your presence in their community, these added layers begin to do a whole lot of lifting for you in creating mindshare with your farm. So if you'd like to get the other layers and see how I recommend launching your farm with those layers, what I'm going to recommend you do is go to farmchecklist.com, and you can get a free download. It's got my 30-day checklist. It's literally every day it tells you what to do for 30 days. So you won't be without like direction. You won't be like, what do I do next? Because for 30 days I'm walking you through. It's got a calendar. It sort of shows you how the different layers overlap throughout those 30 days and what I recommend you do where. It also comes with a business-to-business visibility campaign. So how would you work with local businesses to get visibility in your farm as well, right? So it even comes with some additional layers in there if you want those. So look, gang, I'm interested in you having a business that fulfills your life's purpose and funds your dreams. And I think that's possible when we start to get smarter about how we do things.